Hello everybody, welcome back to my 17th video of C programming and you are watching Infinite India Online College. Today very important lesson I am going to start. Which is called the soul of the C programming. So listen carefully about the C programming and in array in C programming. So the starting of the array. So here the array can be used as a on memory location which never shares its consecutive memory location. So here called an array and which definition I have given. An array is a collection of homogeneous, which means that same data elements similar. Homogeneous means that the similar data elements under a single name where each element is stored in separate memory location, which is called that an array can never share its memory location. So each array having a different and separate memory location. So here is the type of array. The first one is the one-dimensional array, which is called as 1D array, and the second one is that two-dimensional array, which is called as the 2D array, and the third one is that the multiple dimensional, yeah, multi-dimensional array, which is also be called as 3D array. So here the characteristics of the array. So before going to start the characteristics of the array, the type of array can be explained one by one. Okay, so here the characteristic of the array. I'm going to start that all the elements in the array share a common name, which means that the all the elements in array which can be shared a common name. Common name means that the suppose that the any data elements of the array has given and the memory location is also be given from there, so that array can be used. Suppose that a having a common name, so common name can be used. Okay, so a b c d like that type of the name can be used in array. So here all the elements in the array are stored consecutive memory location, which means that consecutive memory location can be used in the array. So here the third one is that the index array index always starts from 0 and ends with n minus 1. So here the array index can be used from 0 and ends with n minus 1. So here the fourth one is that any of the array elements can be modified without distributing other elements. So here the fifth one is that the length of the array is equal to the number of elements stored in it. The length of the array is given by here upper bound and the lower bound plus 1. So here is that the I'm going to explain the one-dimensional array. So 1D array, it is also called as if any array contains one substitute value, then array is called as 1D array, which means that one substitute value. So here the declaration of the 1D array, and this one is the size, and the one substitute value is a of 10. Having the one substitute value, the value of the array is 10. So here it having one values. So it is called as 1D array. So here after that the declaration of array, we are going to explain about the initialization of array and the here the character name. The character name having name and name, which means that name having the what is the value of that name 20, which means that 20 data values can be stored in a single name. Suppose that ram having 1 2 3, which means that the three data elements can be used from there and we will write the three, but here we can take the more data elements. Suppose that if we have taken less data elements, then the mistake is going to be happen. Suppose that we have taken two data and what we have written ram, so ram ra can be used from there because the third one can never be used from there. If we will use, then the buffer overflow is going to be happen from there. So initialization of array. So here the initialization of 1D array is given as, so here I'm going to explain one by one. So first one is that array can be initialized as three ways. So three ways can be initialize the array. So we can initialize the array at the time of declaration itself by specifying multiple values inside the braces. So here the braces we can define itself by specifying multiple values. Multiple values means it having one, either one or two, that values can be used, where each element is separated within a comma. So here the each element can be separated within by a comma. Comma values can separate each element. So here the example a of 5. So here the given a of 5. So how many data items can be used? So data values can be used. So here 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and each one is going to be separated by a comma values. And then after close semicolon. And the second one is we can initialize the array by inputting values in the keyboard. In the process, we can use any of the loop. So here the for loop. By the use of for loop, we can initialize the array for I equal to 10 and I is less than n. So here I plus plus. So here scanf percentage d and a of I. So the value of I is going to use. So suppose that the value of I equal to a plus 1, I equal to 0. So the value of I is 1. Okay. So the process is going to be happen up to 5 times. So here the third one is that we can initialize the array through the index individual. So here we can initialize the array individually one by one. We can initialize the array. So the first one a of 0 having 20 values, a of 1 13, and a of 2 14, a of 3 12, and a of 14. So here each one having the separate index value. So a of 0 and the a of 0 of 1 having separate the 2000 value, and each one is going to be saved one by one, which never be used. So here a of 1 is having the index value. What is the indexing value is a of 0 and the 1, and 1 having 2000 data types, and the a of 1 having 2, and here 2002, and a of 2 having 4, and here 2004, and each one can never be used. Everyone can be used separate memory. Okay. So here a of 2 4, a of 3 5, having 2006, and a of 4 3 2008. So retrieving the elements from the array for I equal to 0, I is less than n. So here I plus plus, and the printf percentage slash d and a of I. What is the value of a of I? Suppose that a of I value is 0, so 0 plus 1, it is going to be happen 1. Okay. So here I have finished the volume 1 chapter, and in next video I am going to explain the 2D array or maybe 3D array, and some programming is going to be executed on the next video. So here, if you feel free to mail us your experience and ask your doubt on my email address. And once again, the person up to now who has not subscribed my channel, so please like, share, comment on this video and subscribe my YouTube channel. So here my email ID is infiniteindia2@gmail.com. So thank you.